Everyone's chasing the latest, newest listings to market.
Make sure you know where you're looking.
There's two types of brokers that can class themselves as independent. What's your advice in where they should start their property search? And you touch on something there as well about independent broker. Why that?
Every single bank's completely different, and just because they're the bank you're with, they're not going to necessarily be the one that you get your mortgage with. I mean, mine's not.
Let's go from the very start, right? Someone says, I want to buy a property. What's your advice in where they should start their property search?
First of all, know their budget and what they're working with before they get excited.
How do they find that out?
Mortgage broker. So go to your independent, find somebody, get somebody recommended. I had somebody that was absolutely brilliant. Our budget changed slightly because me and my partner are a little bit more of a challenging client. So it was really useful for us to really understand what we could before we then go on to Rightmove, put our minimum, maximum in and everything like that.
Avoid getting too excited before you actually know. And you touch on something there as well about independent broker. Why that?
Well, they have range of the whole of market, so they can give you the best advice out there rather than just because the lender that they represent is telling them what they can do. So they literally specialise in absolutely everything. So I would only ever go to independent.
Love it. So quite a lot of buyers come to us and say, I've been to my bank, I've been to HSBC, I've got a mortgage offer. What would you say to that?
Speak to a mortgage broker.
Love it.
You can plug in numbers into online as well. You don't even need to go to the bank and it will come up with what you can afford. In reality, it's probably not, but equally, they're not going to be offering you the best rates. Every single bank's completely different, and just because they're the bank you're with, they're not going to necessarily be the one that you get your mortgage with. I mean, mine's not.
Love it. Same, actually. And what's interesting about that is when you go to your bank, you've got the option of one lender. When you go to a whole of market broker, and I'll touch on that in a minute because there's two types of brokers that can class themselves as independent. One's truly whole of market independent. They'll have access to probably 300 to 500 different lenders. I've had situations where my mortgage broker, he does the mortgages for the mortgage advisors at a particular bank.
Right.
I won't say which bank, but they work for the bank themselves.
Yeah.
And not even they can get access to the same rates that my mortgage broker can. And the reason for that is because you get what they call network exclusives. So let's say a mortgage network of 700 brokers, they all part of a network. They put so much business through, they get exclusive rates that not even someone can get walking off the street to that bank. So that's a great first tip. If you think you've got a good mortgage offer from your bank, have a broker review it and say, yes, you've got the best offer that you can possibly get.
Look at your options.
Check this out. Love that. So start with the budget.
Get yourself out there.
Love it.
Get on well, not necessarily, pick your favourite portal rather than flicking between all of them and just become a really clever buyer. So mine personally is Rightmove just because I'm used to it. I like the layout and all the rest of it, and set up all your alerts. Make sure you know where you're looking. You might be more, a variety of kind of areas. It might be a case that you will only move to one area, but make sure you know that, so then you can look at the areas and get all of the alerts set up, so you're not having to every night relook, because you know that you're being notified every time something is being added and amended and all the rest of it.
Love it. Power tip. I like sharing a few of them. Zoopla. Check all the portals. Have your preference. Check all of them. The main ones are Rightmove, Zoopla, and On the Market. Zoopla have this really cool, not so cool if you're a seller, but cool if you're a buyer, where you can sort your search results in most reduced order, or oldest first, or newest first, and blah, blah, blah. A little power tip that I'll come onto later on is everyone's chasing the latest, newest listings to market. That means that as a first-time buyer, you've got loads of competition. What you should be doing is actually going for the ones that have been on the market the longest and are most likely to be open to an offer. But that's a really good, start searching, speak to agents. I'll touch in a minute about taking your property search off market, because we do that for a lot of buyers, right?